Hi, so I decided to do this video because I've had so many questions about the virus that's going on here and what's happening and how many people are dying and am I okay and all these other things. Okay, so let's start with where the virus started in Wuhan. Well, I'm in Wuxi, which is about an hour outside of Shanghai. Wuhan is farther north, closer to like Beijing, this area. It's quite a ways away from me. Um, the virus started just like you've heard from a fresh market. We have these fresh markets where you can go and you can buy fresh meat, pork, beef, fish, all kinds of things. And sometimes they have some weird kind of animals like, well, it's not really weird, but like rabbits, turtles, raccoons, frogs, lizards, bats, rats, just anything that people can find that they would sell for meat. And some people buy it and they want to try what it tastes like. And, you know, when they sell it, of course, they're saying that it tastes so delicious, whatever. So it seems that, like always, which is common in China, some people have eaten this meat. The meat was tainted, people get sick, and then you have an epidemic going on. This is rumored to be started in like December, but it takes like a week for people to start getting sick, so people didn't start getting sick until now. Now, it was only in Wuhan. Now, the reason why it's spreading so much and so quickly is because of what time of the year it is. This is Spring Festival holiday. Okay, so during Spring Festival, if you're not aware, most people in China, most people work away from their hometown. Their hometown is some small village or some small place that has no jobs or anything, and they live in a bigger city so they can work and live and make money. And during Spring Festival, they all travel back to their hometowns to spend those 2 weeks, 14 days, or whatever it is, with their families. Usually their grandparents are there or their parents are there, and they want to go back and visit their hometown. Okay, so what's happened is people have been sick with the coughing, sneezing, flu, fever kind of thing. Okay, and what's happened is these people, thinking it was just a regular old cold, have went ahead and went back to their hometown. Well, because people are from all over China, their hometowns are in all over China. So that's why it's spreading. It's not like, oh, it's popping up over here, popping up over here, popping up over here. It's that people have left Wuhan to go back to their hometown for Spring Festival. And when they did, they spread the virus with them. And then once they get to that hometown, then other people catch it from them. Usually their family members, and then their family members will go outside and then all that, okay? And then it gets spread. Okay, as for people panicking and going crazy and all this stuff, there are so many rumors and so many stories from people leaving their kids in the train station because they had some sickness to 4,000 people dying and all this other stuff. This is really fake news. It's really fake. Okay? Yes, there are some people dying, but these people are people who have a low immune system, people who are older. Most of them have been over 70, over 60, people who are already sick with something else, like they have cancer or they have already have some other kind of sickness. Then they catch this flu, this pneumonia type virus, and their body can't fight it off, and then they die. Okay? It's not like, oh my God, I'm going to catch it, I'm going to die. No, that's not how it works. There's a lot more to it. Okay? And the symptoms are like the flu or like pneumonia. Okay? I'm fine. In my city, actually, I don't think there's anybody who's been reported with the sickness. And we're still living life normally. I mean, it is a holiday, so nobody has to work. So we're just doing whatever we do when we have no work, watching movies, go outside, and whatever we want to do. I mean, it is Spring Festival, so there's not anything open. And usually in Spring Festival, there's not anything open. And a lot of people have traveled for on vacation. They've gone to like Philippines or Thailand or Japan, Singapore, whatever, wherever they want to go. And some people even went to America or whatever. It's just normal. It's a normal day. It's a normal, you go outside, it looks the same as any other spring festival. I mean, people are wearing these masks and, and actually people wore masks before there was the flu because of the pollution. So people wore masks anyway. So I think what's happening is it's been blown all out of proportion. People are getting all scared. People are screaming and hollering, oh my God, they're dumping disinfectant from the sky. No, they're not dumping any disinfectant from the sky. People are just freaking out for no reason. I personally think in another couple weeks, you probably won't hear anything else about this. It's just like any other flu or virus that goes through China. We had bird flu all the time. We had SARS, we had MERS, we had H1N1, it's always something. And they're just making it sound like it's this horrible, horrible disease. Now, I'm not saying that people don't die. People have died from it. And you should be careful. Just like any other cold and flu season. Cover your mouth. Don't cough on people. Don't sneeze on people. I think it's a little bit worse here because people here tend to spit a lot. They spit a lot because of the pollution. It's a way to get the pollution out of their system. So they're used to just coughing it up and spitting it out. Okay, so it's nasty. Yes, it's rude. Some people think yes, but that's why. And so when people cough and spit, that's what happens. The problem is they haven't learned how to cover their mouth when they cough or use a tissue or, they just don't have those kind of basic things that we were taught when we were kids. Don't sneeze on people, don't cough on people, that kind of thing. There's a lot of uneducated people here. It is still a third world country when it comes to things like human rights and things like manners and politeness and all that stuff. That's still a bit third world. But overall, most people are careful. Most people wear their little mask. And lately there's been an ongoing meme because of a woman in Wuhan named Flora. She, in a chat group, was panicking. She was hysterical, saying that China is trying to kill us and they'll never let us out and blah, blah, blah. And she was going crazy. And people were trying to calm her down and saying it's not that bad and it's not that crazy. And then she's like saying there's no God. And she's just been crazy. So this has happened. So people have made memes of her. And she's became quite famous for her hysterical words and everything. But for those of you who are worried about everything, for me, it's no big deal. They always have something. There's always something going on. There's always some kind of flu, some kind of virus, always. China is not the cleanest place in the world. So there's always going to be something. Me personally, I'm not bothered by it. I'm leading my life the same way I always do. When people come back from their holidays, maybe next week, I think this is the 26th, around the 1st or so, people will start going back to work. People will start being back the way they used to. And people will do the same as they always do. They'll go to work, they'll go home, they'll go to the club, they'll do what they normally do. It's not something the government's been hiding or anything like that. There's no shady shit going on. People are just stupid, ate stupid shit, and then got sick, like a flu-like sick, and then start coughing and went to visit their family and spread it to other countries, other provinces, other cities. People who are weak, not healthy, if they get it, it's very serious. People who are normally sick, I mean, have normal body, normal health, it's like getting a really bad cold, like getting the flu. And then you recover. You get a fever, you take some medicine, blah, 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 you recover. That's it. I mean, it's not so horrible. I mean, of course, I'm going to think about this as I was in history when this coronavirus hit China. I was here in China to live through it and all that, but it's not really a big deal. I think that the media is making it crazier than it actually is over here. People are not running panicking through the streets or anything like that. People are still making jokes of it, and people are still, spending time with their families. They're playing cards, playing mahjong, and doing everything they normally do at Spring Festival. So that's the story on the coronavirus over here. Still, me personally, and it may sound cruel and inhumane or whatever you want to say, me personally, it's just normal survival of the fittest, normal, natural selection kind of thing. Something happens to knock out the weak. So there's more, the population over here is extremely crowded. So when you say, 2,000 people infected or 3,000 people infected, do you know how many people are over here? That's like nothing. That's really like nothing. So I hope this calms some people's fears. If you still feel afraid or, worried about anything, they do have a lot of videos going around that describe the virus, a lot of videos that tell you some details of how it spreads, some details, all kinds of information is out there. Just don't scare yourself to death and make yourself in a panic mode, okay? Everything's great. I feel great. And I will make another video later on that's telling you what's going on with me for the new year. Okay? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you soon.